touched on this a little bit earlier. I was watching a coach's documentary on Netflix, listening to Doc Rivers, and he was talking about this African term Ubuntu. That I think he was talking to somebody, and they were like, "Yo, you need to adopt this." And the person who was introducing him to it was like, "Yo, this isn't a word." He kept saying like, "Yo, this is not a word. This is not a word. Ubuntu. This isn't a word. Like, don't treat it like it's a word. It's a way of life." Yeah, and then when he began to explain it, it's just the essence of a human being. I have to learn from other humans how to be human. He said, and he adopted it and brought it into the team, and had the rookies kind of buy in. And when I thought about that, I was watching the Last Dance documentary, listening to Phil Jackson, and he had brought in different things as it related to the one-mindedness. You know what I'm saying? One breath, one mind. And he referred to it as bringing the team into the idea of just being mindful. Like not being lost in everything, being lost in the victory or being lost in the defeat. Be mindful, one-mindedness. And I'm like, man, I feel like every coach has to develop this way of implementing this unification between the teams and between the players, bring everybody to this one mind. And I want to see, like, have you all, like, what strategies have you all utilized to develop that one-mindedness? You know what I'm saying? Or that central theme of unity. This is how I'm gonna bring the team around, just being unified under this one objective that we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, well, honestly, I feel like that, if we're talking about culture, right? We're talking about a program, not just because a culture, right, is you're thinking about the long term. But every year the team has a different identity because of things like new players coming in, players leaving. So you always have to find what the drive, and I mean, in my, like, what I think, you always have to find what is what's gonna be the motivating factor. And it could be anything, right? It could be like for example, this year, and my mentor is really, he's been doing this for 20 something years. He was the head coach when I was in high school for the boys team. So he's been around, he coached under Coach Hurley, he played for Coach Hurley. So he understands that it's more, you have to find like that one phrase or something like Ubuntu, like that you're gonna rally around. And like this year right now we're doing 1424. And 1424 is like 1% of your day to get better. 1% of your day is 14 minutes, 24 seconds. That's literally 1% of your day. So 1424, 14 minutes, 24 seconds. It's every single day he implements it. Like, we just started our season on Monday. So every day he implements it in our practices. He texts it to the girls, to the group. And that's what we need right now that's gonna drive us. Last year we had a lot of adversity in the championship run, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we'll probably touch upon this later, but we had really rough parts in the season. So you have to find one, like if you have a bad loss or something, you have to find one objective to make you, like, that motivates the whole team, because we all felt that. You all experienced that. This is like where you take away the individualness that we were talking about before. I gotta know how this player, what this person likes, how to coach everybody differently. Now you got all these collective, these different personalities, and you gotta find one feeling. I would say feeling, because it's all about, your impact in life is how you make people feel, not what you're saying or what you're doing. It's really about how you make somebody feel when you interact with them. That's how I believe you're more impactful in life. What's one feeling that everybody can relate to that's gonna carry out this mission for us to reach our goals? So like, and like, I personally don't have, off the top of my head, I can't think of like a certain phrase or word, that I picked, because I was coaching younger girls. I haven't really had my own program, but from my mentor, I learned it's in the off season, you have to find what is it that's gonna drive you to accomplish this goal. And you think about these NBA teams, right? They all have different philosophies on their shirts that they're rallying around, that the whole team can feel like, everybody has that one saying that everybody just kind of says. In college, we had that one year, it was our junior year. I believe that we will win. I believe, when that song, that little chant came on, we did it every single game, and we rallied around it. And in the locker room, we would put it on walls and vision, and just always making it like that you can see it, so that the goal is always relevant. Every time I hear, I believe I can win, I believe that we could win, like, it brings me back to a time, to a specific moment. When you see it on the wall, that's the goal. Every time, and I remember we talked about it once in college where we put a post-it, right? We forgot who told us, but you put a post-it with your goal and you put it somewhere that's visible.
Right.
And I hope every day somebody gonna brush their teeth, right? So you put it on your bathroom mirror so that every single day when you're in that bathroom, you're seeing the goal is it's in the forefront.
It's right there.
It's in the forefront. Because if you leave it out of sight, out of mind, it's gonna be out of mind. It's
gonna be out of ability.
So I just feel like you gotta find like that. What's the one, and every season it changes. At least in my experience, what's the one thing that's gonna motivate everybody the most?
Right.
And, Ubuntu works for some people.
Right.
Yeah, it just changes, but it's really just about what's the one feeling that everybody can relate to. Back to what Kay was saying before, everybody can relate to. That's gonna drive the mission, which is, at the end of the day, getting a championship.
Right. Man, that's tight.
That's what I feel.
That's tight. And I heard the minister say this. Minister Farrakhan said this once, and you said, having something of a focal point that's at the center. Because he gave a different definition to the word balance. I always thought balance, you got two things of equal weight on both sides. He was like, nah, when you have God at the center, and then everything is like connected like a tether ball around it. It's like, right, when you got that sets your balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, right, it gives you that equal weight. And so when you touched on it, East, when you're dealing with team, regardless of the age, and you take a loss, right? You take a loss. We how much? I mean, what years we lost? 11. Few years. We took.
I was like, few years. Hold up.
Yeah.
I can't even keep count of them on my hand.
And it's a loss too, right? You talk about second place loss.
Right, like
like you were there.
We were right there. It's
right there.
I mean,
like
one
arguably.
year the judge told us that got lost by like a point. Like a point. Like a point? When you get blown out, you get blown out.
Now you start looking at each other.
It wasn't in the books for us.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, like coach, college judge, maybe it's not for you.
Maybe not for you, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? But when you that close and lose,
and that clipboard.
You put that much work in. You know what I mean? It does something to your soul.
Right.
General Patton. There's a line he said. He said, a good plan executed violently now.
Oof. Violent, that's a great word.
Is better than a perfect plan next week.
Whoa.
Hold on. Everybody just gotta take a second. Everybody
we gotta let that marinate a little.
Let that juice.
I'm about to send that to one of my rapper friends. Woo. Like, I need you to put this in a song or something. I don't know.
A good plan executed violently now is better than a perfect plan next week.
Damn.
It's all about in the moment right now.
Tell the team that.
Executed violently.
So I tell the team that my team, we got this saying, sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. You feel what I'm saying?
I like that.
I try to make them know, like, it ain't always about you, bro. Like, it really ain't about you. Like I'm late. It ain't about me, bro. I'm late. So what? It ain't about me. We still got a game to do. You feel what I'm saying? I tell my kids all the time, got a job?
Word.
I don't have no children, 3 dogs, and a wife. I can easily find a reason not to coach today. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got 1,000,001.
Yeah.
You start with number 1. I don't got no children. Let's start with the number 1.
I got a million.
You feel me? Let's start at the number 1. I don't got no children.
He stopped at 99.
So it's like, but I'm here for you. So it's all about us.
Right.
So we all gotta be involved
anywhere in this world.
Sometimes me, always us. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm definitely gonna steal something.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm writing these down.
Yeah.
Taking it back to my team.
Like I need this tape to run back. Like,
yeah, crazy.
Oh, coach,
You know
I got
what
a
I'm
quote
saying?
for us for this year.
crazy.
Back of the shirt. Back of the shirt.
Thing. But that's real, man. And I was listening to Dawn Stately, right, legendary coach, and she said that she's tough. She's tough.
Yeah,
man.
she's
just tough. She's a
all
legend.
in, man.
All in. And she said she had the 24-hour rule. 24-hour rule. Like whether we won or whether we lost, you can only stay in that. You can bask in that space for 24 hours.
That's a fact.
After that, when that 25th hour hit,
New business.
it's new business.
New business.
And I was reading a book, 33 Strategies of War, where it talk about is always forget your last battle. Forget your last battle. Whether you won that battle, whether you lost. Forget the battle. You take the lessons that you learned from it.
tough.
But forget the battle. You're not getting stuck
about
in the
the action
intricacies.
and all that?
It's over now. You on to a whole nother battle now.
I want to go back to what you said about the 24 hours basket. I got a different philosophy.
Okay.
I tell my players and parents, you can't talk to me for 24 hours. Let me tell you why though.
He's saying boundaries.
Once the game is over and the whistle's blown, we can't talk. Don't talk to me for 24 hours. Because
I'm
everything you
basking.
saying is no, hear me. Everything
I
you
got
say
you.
is emotional.
Right.
True.
Right.
You in emotions. Tomorrow, when we talk about it, you're gonna be like, you probably ain't gonna
wasn't
call
the
me.
same, yeah.
You're not gonna call me. Yo, my son ain't getting the game. We gotta talk about now. Why he ain't getting the third quarter? Like, talk to me tomorrow about it. 25 hours. It's time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's only basketball. Let's breathe. We talk tomorrow. And tomorrow you come back and say, you know what?
You thought about it, you reflected, you
Right.
processed.
But tomorrow you
Yo,
won't be. But
yeah.
tomorrow you won't curse. You won't
Exactly,
yell. I'm not
100%. You
screaming.
can still talk about it, but you've been able to
calm.
reflect.
Not
and-
emotion.
Not emotional.
emotional.
You're
You
not
let them
talking from
sit
the
in it.
emotional
Then they come to
standpoint.
practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So I kind of like, yo, I don't really think about it, bro. I tell the kid, when the game is over, I tell parents this. Here's another quote.
You get
Where mom at? Where we at?
Where
Over
my
here?
little black book at?
Parents, when the game is over, you got 5 words for your child. 5 words. I like watching you play. Nothing else.
Wow.
You're not a player. You don't play no ball. You're not the coach. You're not a
You went
trainer.
there to watch.
You ain't nothing. You're a parent.
I thought I knew him. This is a new man. You see the suit? It's the blazer.
It's a suit.
It's the cream.
It's
Like
the
it's different.
Kind of a big deal. Kind of a
at the
big
coordination.
deal.
We got
But
the
I'm
dark
saying
blue.
no, but
Come on,
because
son.
look, I like to speak on this
That's me.
because
That's
it
me.
sometimes we get on the players, right? But like I said, again as a coach, right? When they're young, it's the parents more than the players. Man, I'll tell you, we're gonna talk on that, right? You got nowadays we watch. A referee was killed a couple of months ago in Dallas at an annual football game. So tell me why there's no reason. So when you think about it, a youth coach died at a youth football game. The dad felt like he didn't make the right call. So the coaches in them try to beat the ref up. The other dudes, they all start fighting and they kill the ref. This happens all the time. Rumbles at the games, at the parks, kids fighting, parents coming to break it up. You don't touch my son, punch the other dad. This type of stuff we deal with. This is the madness we deal with. And the kids are sitting like this. You see what I'm saying? So my time, I'm talking to parents screaming, yo, you gotta scream? Yo,
That's a fact. That's a-
matter of fact, I did this last practice. I said to the dad, yo, if you don't want to put on a shirt that say coach, I don't want to hear it. And if it's not, and if I'm not the coach that you can't, if you're not, hit the brakes.
Yeah.
It's not gonna do that. We're not doing it this shit. Cause all the, yo, my son is the, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo,
Yep,
rep
yep,
it.
yep.
And then because it's a
Stay in your
problem,
lane,
and
stay in your lane.
again, it brings a certain energy. So I always try to tell him, like, just tell your kid, like, I like watching you play. If you want to add something to it, would you like to hear my voice? Give him the option. He could be like, nah, I'm straight.
Because sometimes kids need that.
Don't play no ball.
Kids also word, yo, and kids also need their time to reflect.
Yeah,
you know
they
what
need
I mean?
that.
Like,
Because remember, you yelling,
You just got
I'm
yelled at
yelling,
by your
ref
coach
yelling,
and you
team
don't need-
yelling,
Exactly.
parents yelling, other parents yelling, everybody yelling, and then you get in the
100%.
car. Yo, motherfucker, you shot that joint for 3-pointer. I told you about the jump shot. Did I tell you? Don't listen to your coach. It's
Right.
too much talking,
Too
bro.
much.
Just let him be a kid.
And it goes back, actually, you touched upon a great point because it goes back to, I've always said this, I've always talked to my homies about coaching because I've been so passionate about it. And it's I need to know as much about the parents. What's your parenting style?
Right.
Are you more disciplinary at the house? Then that means when you're coming to practice, you don't need more rah-rah. Sometimes you do, and sometimes I have to.
Right.
But if I can ease the blow because you're always getting it at home,
Right.
and that's the reality of
That's
some of the
reality,
kids you're gonna
yeah,
get.
that's true.
You're gonna get kids who are always in, and then there's some parents who, I don't even like parents. I don't even like parents in my practice. I don't like parents in my practice because then you have the kid who, during the water break, their mom's like wiping their forehead.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
are
yeah,
you
yeah,
kidding
yeah.
me?
Right.
It-
Like, let
Put your
him
head back.
sweat.
Put your
Like,
head back.
you know what
Put
I'm
your
saying?
head back.
Yeah, like-
Spray water in his mouth.
Nah, you know what? Drink your water over here with the
17,
team.
bro. What we doing right
You know what
now?
I'm saying? So it's like, and if you're one of those parents, I'm gonna have to discipline you a little bit extra hard because
Right.
you need to have a little.
Adversity,
In life, you
adversity.
gotta be able to. In life, we gotta be able to be put in different situations. Now we're talking about life. We're talking about using coaching in a way of bringing it to life. You have to be able. Me and my brother Michael James, we always talk about this. About see me in all my situations when I'm happiest, when I'm sad, when shit hits the fan, when we just finished winning, when I'm on the highest of highs. You gotta be able to see me in other situations to really say you know me. Don't say you know me because you see me when I was happy, and now I'm in a bad mood because we lost the game, and you're tiptoeing around me and stuff. No, you gotta let a kid be in all different situations. So if you're always getting coddled at home, I gotta tell you, because guess what? You might have a boss who's gonna be a little bit more disciplinary. And I gotta teach. I failed you if you got to that point in life and you couldn't handle somebody yelling at you a little bit, and you quit your job and now your family's struggling because you couldn't take a little bit of yelling. Are you kidding me?
I quit. Oh, okay.
Damn, you done gave up your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Parents that allow their children to quit teams, or parents that move their children from team to team to team, they develop the child that's gonna look at their job and be like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
As if it's easy.
It's like, what you gonna do?
So you got basically a sports coach and a life coach.
All in one.
No.
All in one.
100%
More of a life
coach.
More of a like, man.
I'm a life
I got my
coach.
certification to be a life
Man,
coach. And as
and
y'all talking, I'm like, yeah, this
You're
is
hearing a lot of
this
stuff.
is real life coach.
And I wanted
You know what I'm
to
saying?